Hey y'all, Halfmilesniper here, and well, it is that time again. We've got another PRS match under our belt, which pushed us to 750 rounds on the Solus 6 Creedmoor. So, time to take a look, see how the barrel's wearing in, see how that throat's looking, and get this puppy cleaned up. So, y'all sit back, kick your feet up, enjoy the ride. So, last time we had this out on video at the range, I noticed that the ports on the EC tuner brake appeared to be starting to collect some lead and carbon and crap. So, besides cleaning the bore today, I'm gonna pop off the brake. We'll take a look inside the ports, take a look at the muzzle, see how that's looking, get that all cleaned up. Hopefully be able to clean the ports on the muzzle brake up today, or I may have to take it to work and run it through the sonic cleaner. We'll see how bad it is. Yeah, shot that PRS match, and it was to date my best match so far. Pleased with that. Taking this out to the other range to true my ballistic calculator helped a lot. So give me a minute. Let me get the Borescope set up and hopefully focused a little bit better than last time. We'll take a quick look down the bore dirty. Then I'll pop the brake off. We'll take a look at the brake. We'll scrub the bore. Well, I'll scrub the bore. Not gonna bore you with me scrubbing the bore, but I'll get the bore scrubbed up, get the muzzle cleaned up, or the crown cleaned up, and then we'll take another look at it. So, give me a minute to set up, and we'll get to looking. Okay, let me get the Borescope recording. Let's see how we're looking. Hopefully it's focused a little better. Shoulder. I believe that's the throat. Dirty. I'm not seeing much in the way of flame cutting or cracking. Perhaps just a little bit, but we'll get a better view when we get it cleaned up. Plenty of carbon and copper or gilding material building up. We've got like 150 rounds on it since the last time we looked. So it is plenty dirty. And then I'm wondering if when we get to the muzzle, if we'll be able to see the junk building up in the ports of the brake. So there's our crown. And there's the first port. Yeah, that looks like we got a little buildup right there. See that peak? That shouldn't be there. At least I don't think it should. So, we'll go ahead and pop that tuner brake off, take a closer look at it, and then I'll get the bore scrubbed. Okay, so I have the brake off. I have it in hand here. Let's take a closer look at it. And look, we can actually see the carbon and fouling buildup in the ports. Can't really see much this way. But yeah, I'll have to see if I can get some of that scraped out of there, or if I'm going to have to take it to take it to the shop with me and run it through the sonic cleaner. So yeah, that's 750 rounds worth of carbon buildup. It seems to be scraping off. Let me work on that a little bit. Well, I've run the IOSO triple action solution through the bore. A couple of very wet patches, letting that work. I've got some carbon killer working on the brake. I scraped out some big chunks of carbon out of the brake. So yeah, it definitely needed it. I just don't know if I'm going to get it all by hand or if I'm going to have to take it into shop and have it put it in the sonic cleaner and let that work on it for a little bit. This is a first for me. Usually once I put a muzzle device on, that's where that stays. And since this one's a self-timing unit, I think I can get away with it and with little to no fear. So let me get back to work on this. I'll finish scrubbing the bore, and then we'll take a look at it clean. Okay, well, I've just spent probably half an hour scrubbing on the bore. Let's get the Borescope running and take a look and see how things are progressing. Borescope is running. Oh, we're already at the throat. So I've got it focused the best I can. So for those who complain about focus, well, it's the best I can get. Throat's looking really good there. But the lead, I'm not seeing any flame cracking yet, but it's a little bit dark right there. Still a little dark. And all of a sudden we're bright and shiny. I'm not seeing anything to worry about yet. At least as far as the bore goes. Let me try to knock that brightness down a little bit. Oh, we're at the crown already. Seems like I got some goop on the mirror. Yeah, mirror's a little dirty. Let's clean that and take a better look. Oh, it looks so much better. I should have cleaned the mirror beforehand. Still got a little bit of carbon ring going. I'll work on that off camera. But that throat's looking real good. Just those first few inches of the bore are a little bit on the dark side. Let's run out to the muzzle and see what the crown looks like now. Okay, crown is looking good. There's just the slightest hint of copper out at the end. All in all, I'm pretty pleased with the way things are looking. So, give me a minute. I'll bring you in close and we'll take a look at how the brake is doing. Alrighty, well, bore looks better. And the brake looks a lot better. For starters, take a look here. And all that chunky stuff, yeah, that all came out of the brake. It's still not 100% clean, but we got a lot of stuff out of my brake there. Even had a little buildup right at the end of the threads I had to clean out. So now that the brake is cleaned up pretty nicely, I mean, I had to cheat. I had to, besides use a wire brush, I used a dental scraper, and whatever Eric Cortina used to do his nitrate finish, well, obviously nitrate, but it's a pretty stout finish because the dental scraper didn't leave a mark at all on the finish on this. I'm very happy with that. Okay, I need to put my muzzle brake back on, my tuner brake. It's still set to position 6. Hopefully that's still going to work. I don't know if I'm going to have a chance to shoot this before I go to Raton or not, but I think I'm going to try to take it to Raton, and I think I'm going to try the 107 Sierra Match Kings on the mile target if I can. If I can get access to the mile target, I'm going to try this 107 Sierra Match Kings. So, okay, let me put the brake back on. I'll bring y'all back in a minute. So yeah, I think the last thing I want to do here is I want to pull the firing pin and double check, make sure everything's looking good there. Because, well, with the bad news of Arrow being in receivership, I don't know if this is a standard Remington 700 firing pin and spring, or if it's a proprietary item. We're not ready to need to change the spring or anything yet, but I want to keep an eye on things. Okay, everything looks good there. Got what appears to be normal wear on the firing pin from where it's rubbing at contact points. No pitting on the end. Everything looks good. Okay. Let me just clean things up a little bit, and I'll bring you all right back. Okay, well, the bolt is all back in. Trigger functions. And the cheek riser's back in. And those who are watching closely, if they watch the PRS match, I have to remember to check the thumb screws on this, because mid-match, getting ready for a stage of fire, my cheek piece fell right out, and if it wasn't for one of the spotters seeing that happen, it might have been a little bit uncomfortable shooting. But 6 Creed is all cleaned up. Bore looks good. 750-ish rounds. The throat looks really good. Not seeing any flame cutting yet, or what flame cutting's there is very, very negligible. I pulled the EC tuner brake, cleaned the muzzle, cleaned the crown, cleaned the brake, took big chunks of carbon out of the brake. I never done that before. That's a first, and I was watching one of the, I think probably F-class shooters, and they were pulling their muzzle device and cleaning it, and I'm like, somebody else in the comments previously asked if I'd clean my brake. Well, I have now, and I'm probably going to make a habit out of it, maybe at least every 200 rounds or so, maybe. Not going to let it go 700 plus again, because that was some measurable buildup. So yeah, I've just got a couple of things I want to touch up here, and then I'm going to put the rifle away and call it a day. I really do appreciate y'all hanging with me. Hopefully y'all enjoy actually seeing a gun go from dirty to clean, see how the bore's wearing. I started documenting bore wear with my 6.5 PRC, and now I've got almost 100 rounds on the new barrel, so it's almost time to take a look at that too. So, really do appreciate y'all hanging with me. Thank you so much. Remember, stay strapped or get clapped, carry everywhere you can. You are your own protection. Nobody's coming. So, once again, we come to a close. Thank you for hanging with me. As always, Halfmilesniper reminding y'all, stay safe, keep shooting. We'll catch you next time.
Send it.
Hit.